Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the Honourable Member for the question. Very important issue, as alluded to by the Minister for Health and Medical Services yesterday, Madam Speaker, that on food and nutrition security, I'll probably touch more on food security this morning in answering the question. Again, climate change affects us seriously, and Fiji is amongst the most vulnerable and most affected regions, and that is obvious, Madam Speaker. The answer to the question this morning is when we look at our climate smart actions, we will look at the three main drivers of agribusiness: research, production, and marketing. That's the cycle in the agribusiness, Madam Speaker. Let me also acknowledge all our partners who work with us in this area. Fiji is not working in isolation, Madam Speaker. Within the region, we work very closely with the Pacific Community, SPC, and of course the ACIAR, that's the Australian Council for International Agriculture Research, and of course with the Food and Agriculture Organization out of the regional office in Bangkok, and of course the headquarters in Rome as well. Madam Speaker, very quickly on research. Research is very critical, and of course the main aim behind research is of course to look at the selection of varieties and breeds with resilient characteristics. Madam Speaker, for this, I would say, and for the benefit of all Fijians, particularly the farmers, we have to clearly identify what's for our food security and, of course, what's for our economic benefits as well. So when we are doing research, particularly with participatory research, Madam Speaker, it's not only about the blend of science, it's not only about the traditional knowledge and the practices, but also the socio-economic issues attached to it as well, Madam Speaker. I've talked about our food security and what's for our economic purposes as well, because we have observed for agriculture in Fiji, some of our farmers are quickly opting for varieties for economic purposes, but they have neglected food security issues. We have our traditional crops, and this is where most of the research is focusing on as well. I'll give you examples: Tivoli, Via, Dalonitana. These are very important, and of course yams as well. There are very little people who are not much farmers who are doing yams now. Unfortunately, these are very important crops for food security, and of course will do us a lot of favor when we have disasters that strike us. But at the same time, we have also looked at varieties for economic gains. I will not go into the details, but if you have, if we have been following some of the work undertaken by agriculture, we have released a few varieties as well, Madam Speaker, about 2 tomato varieties, and of course 1 guava variety named the Green Pearl. These are some of the new researches that will also bring us economic gains in as far as the agribusiness is concerned, Madam Speaker. But the focus of the research, as I've stated, is about resilient breeds, which will adapt well to the conditions in Fiji. On production, Madam Speaker, very quickly, sustainable land management practices is very important, and this involves a lot of things, particularly on soil conservation. Soil conservation is very critical, because we need, soil is a good carbon sink, and of course simple with the use of composts, we can improve the health and the conditions of our soil, Madam Speaker. Likewise, on the use of technology, when we're talking about climate smart agribusiness. The introduction of new technology as well is very, very critical, particularly during extreme weather conditions and of course during normal seasons as well. There is a big demand now for irrigation, but how do we utilize the water sources? These are the various things that come under the sustainable management practices and of course soil conservation as well. Madam Speaker, waste management is very, very critical as well. In agriculture there's a lot of solid waste and there's a lot of liquid waste as well. For solid waste, I've talked about composting. That is a very good example of how can we better utilize solid waste so that we can reduce our carbon footprints and of course reduce the cost of production as well and of course increase the profit margin for our farmers. Likewise, in solid waste, methane is one of the gases that's emitted out of most of the waste, particularly animal dungs, Madam Speaker, and of course the conversion of that methane so that it can be utilized is essential, and of course there are a lot of projects undertaken as well by the ministry in that regard. Very quickly on infrastructure, resilient infrastructure is very, very critical as well. If you look at the statistics during Winston, we have a lot of infrastructure damaged, and this is something that we need to work on, particularly pack houses, storage sheds, and of course including the barns and the piggery sheds. These are all essential if we are to maintain that climate smart, resilient agribusiness. And most importantly, Madam Speaker, apart from food security, it's important for agriculture and agribusiness, the markets. We are looking at the marketing aspect of it as well, aggressively in market research, and this is one initiative particularly to support the climate smart agribusiness approach. Is between the Minister for Trade and the Ministry for Agriculture. We are jointly organizing an organic standard for Fiji, which hopefully will go into Cabinet very soon. Those are some of the initiatives that we are undertaking in as far as climate smart agribusiness is concerned, Madam Speaker. Thank you.